But please don't mention my name.
Of course not. We wouldn't want that, would we?
There. Now we've killed two birds with one stone.
How do you mean?
Well, couldn't you see that I wanted to get rid of him?
Yes, to write his letters.
Yes. And so that we could be alone together to talk about things.
About this business?
Yes, exactly about that.
But there isn't anything more, Mrs. Heston. Nothing at all.
Oh no, of course there is, that much I can see. So we're going to sit and get all nice and comfy and cozy together.
But my dear Mrs. Heston, I really meant to go now.
Oh no, surely there is no hurry. Now, suppose you tell me about what your house is like.
That's the last thing in the world I want to talk about.
Do you mean, my dear, but we were at school together?
Yes, but you were a class above me. How dreadfully frightened of you I was in those days.
Were you frightened of me?
Yes, dreadfully frightened. When we met on the stairs, you always used to pull my hair.
Did I?
Yes. And once you said, burn it off.
Well, that was just silly talk, you know.
Yes. And I was so stupid in those days. And anyhow, since then, we've drifted such a long way apart. Our circles are entirely different.
Yes, well, let's see if we can come together now. Now, when we were in school, we used to act like real good friends and call each other by our Christian names.
No, you're quite mistaken.
No, I'm not. I remember it perfectly well. So, we're going to tell each other our secrets. And you can treat me like a real friend and call me Hedda.
All this goodness and kindness, it's not every what I'm used to.
You know, I'm going to treat you like a real friend and call you my dear Laura.
My name is Taya.
Yes, of course I get Taya. So you're not used to much goodness and kindness, are you, in your own home?
I had a home, but I haven't one. Never have had.
I thought it must be something like that.
Yes. Yes, yes.
Now, I can't quite remember, my dear, but was it the housekeeper that you first went up to the district magistrate?
Actually, it was after being a governess, but his wife, his late wife, she was an invalid and most of the time ill in bed, so I had to take charge of the house too.
And in the end, you became mistress of the household?
Yes, I did.
Right, and how long ago was that?
Since I was married?
Yes.
5 years ago now.
Yes, I thought it must be something like that.
Those 5 years. But you could only imagine.
Mrs. Tesman, now come, Taya.
Oh yes, I will try. Hedda. If you had an idea, if you understood.
Eilert Lovborg was up there for a year or 2 hours.
Eilert Lovborg? Why, yes, he was.
Did you know him from the old days in town?
Hardly at all. By name, of course.
Yes, but didn't he used to go visit you and your husband in the summer?
He came to us every day. You see, he gave the children lessons. I couldn't do it all myself in the end.
No, I suppose you couldn't. Oh, poor little dear sweet Taya now. You're going to tell me all about it.
Very well, if you ask me then.
What is your husband really like? I mean, in everyday life, is he nice to you?
He sure thinks himself he does everything for the best.
It just seems to me that he's far too old for you. 20 years or more, surely.
Yes, there's that. But with one thing and another, I'm miserable with him. We don't have an idea in common. Not a thing in the world.
But surely he must like you in his own way.
Oh, I don't know what he feels. I think I'm just useful. After all, it doesn't cost much to keep me.
Oh, well, that's silly of you.
It can't be any different. Not with him. He's not really fond of anyone but himself.
What about England Loveball?
Eilert Lovborg. What makes you think that?
Well, it just seems to me he was going to call you all the way from town. And you did say yourself to my husband.
Oh yes, so I did. Well, I might as well just tell you now, if they were...
Yes, eh?
To be quite frank, my husband had no idea I was coming.
What? Your husband had no idea about it?
No, of course not. I couldn't stand it anymore, Hedda. I was meant to be all alone up there in the future.
So then,
So I packed my things, the ones I needed most. I left the place.
just like that and nothing more.
No, I took the train straight into town.
But my dear, how did you dare risk it?
What on earth could I do?
What do you think your husband's going to say when you go back?
Back there? To him?
Yes, what then?
I'm never going back to him.
So you've left in real earnest for good and all.
Yes.
And you're doing it so openly.
You can't keep that kind of a thing as a secret.
But, hey, what do you think people are going to say about you?
Oh, heaven knows. They might say what they like.
Well, what do you mean to do now? What type of job are you going to get?
I don't know yet. I just know that I must live where a leveler for me. That is, if I must live.
Hey, how did this happen? This relationship between you and Loveboy?
It happened by degree somehow. You see, I came to have some kind of power over him.
Indeed. And then?
And then he gave up his old habits. Not because I asked him to, I never dared to do that. But he noticed that I didn't like that kind of thing, and he left off.
You've done what they call reclaimed him, haven't you, little Taya?
Yes, that's what he called it. And he, for his part, he made me into a real human being. He taught me how to think and to understand one thing after another.
It's as if he gave you lessons too.
No, not exactly lessons. But he talked to me about such endless numbers of things. And then came the glorious happy moment when he began to share his work with me. When he let me write.
And you did, didn't you?
Yes. Whenever he was writing anything, I worked with him on it.
Like two good comrades.
Comrades! Why, yes, Hedda. That's exactly what he called it. I ought to be so happy. But I can't do it. I'm afraid it won't last.
Well, surely you're surer of him than that.
There's the shadow of another woman standing between Eilert and me.
What has he said about her?
Well, he only touched on it once and very vaguely.
Yes, and what did he say?
When they parted, she tried to shoot him with a pistol.
That's absurd, people to do that sort of thing around here.
No. And that's why I thought he must be the singer that he was.
What did you say about her?
I've just heard people saying that she walked around with loaded firearms.
It must be shitty.
And now I heard she's back in town. I'm so desperate to her.
Yes, well, shh, because here comes my husband. So, Taya, this is going to stay exactly between you and